G's, moving silence, never brag or boast. They been fucking with the gang since they got a dose. Took a while to get here, but fuck it, now let's toast.
All of my dogs be whipping our sauce, we came from the dirt, yeah. We making it work, yeah. They told us we can, yeah. Yeah, all of my dogs, they get money fast. They making it fast, yeah. They spending it fast, yeah. We driving too fast, yeah. Now we eating, now we bossing up, yeah. Yeah, we bossing up. When the cars starting up, yeah.
So today is the day. Got somebody very special on today. It's my uncle. He said he wanted to get on the podcast, talk about this Stephen A situation. So I said, hey, let's just do it. Let's make it happen. So today, no other than my Uncle Dempster. What's going on, Uncle?
What's up, bro? What's happening with you, man?
Oh, not much.
Appreciate
How's it? Oh yeah, man. This been, this was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I'm glad I reached out to you yesterday and was able to set it up for today.
Right.
Yep. So, the topic of discussion is the Stephen A situation with when he talked about the Angels pitcher and his rhetoric on what he said about, he can't be the head, the head honcho or whatever, the MLB because of, and he don't have it. I mean, because of interpreter.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Yeah. No, it kind of went down on his show, First Take, where he made a comment about, Ohtani can't be the face of the major league because he can't speak English, and he can't be the face in America, which I thought was kind of, it was kind of out of bounds,
Yeah.
but this day and age, for someone of a figure of influence as such of a Stephen A. to go into his talk show and spew that type of language, man. It's just no place for that, man. And being a black man, and Stephen A. being a black man, you would think that he would have more pause before he say things like that, knowing that the struggles that we've been a part of. And now you have a picture that's in a country that's a foreign country to him, that he's probably having his struggles in. But when you look at his game, just on what he's doing on the baseball field,
Yeah.
doing something that we haven't seen, that I've never seen, and some cats say they haven't seen since Babe Ruth. So you got to pay homage to the dude just for his game. When you cross the
Yeah.
line, talk about personal, he can't be the face of America because he don't speak English. Man, that's that's just not cool.
You want to know something about I always thought Stephen A., because he played, supposedly played college, some part of college basketball, that he just, just speak on stuff that he has I feel like no credentials to speak on. I mean, to say something like that, I watched it last night, and I watched some of it today, and he doubled back on a lot of things that he said last night. I mean, yesterday morning, he doubled back on today. He got on and apologized, but you said what you said,
Right.
and you can't unsay it, and it didn't just make the Asian community feel some type of way, but everybody felt some type of way because of the climate that we're in, especially with this Asian hate stuff going on and all and everything. And you're gonna say something like that? I mean, like you said, and what I've been reading is they're comparing his stats to Babe Ruth, and
Right.
he's a pitcher.
Right.
He's a pitcher, and he had 33 home runs just this season
Yeah,
as a pitcher.
he got 33 home runs. He's doing the same thing Babe Ruth did back in the day, man. But that when you look at the talent back, I'm not trying to water down the talent, back in the day, but you have to respect his game. And if you sitting on a talk show and you getting paid to talk sports, then you keep it about sports, you know.
Right.
And I think that you know sometimes we got people that are in these positions that kind of forget what they're on TV to do, and a lot of it is about staying relevant. And we see people, not just Stephen A, but we see other characters on TV, man, that'll say things just to start,
Skip.
just to throughout the media, just to get people to talk about what they have to say. And they
Hmm.
saying, man, that what you who you speaking on, that dude is a father, he's
Right.
he's a son, you know, he means so much to somebody else. For you to speak on that prayer, and you have every right, you have every right to speak, do what you have to say, what you have to say, but you got to think about what you stand times, man. This past year, man, has been tough, with the country being divided and all of the racism that has spewed its ugly head, man. You would think now, the more than ever, people would be a little bit more sensitive to what they have to say, especially when they got the cameras rolling in their face 24/7, man. And I think he was wrong for it. I'm glad he apologized, and I'm glad he backtracked and put his statement out there. But man, damage is done, man. And
It is.
I couldn't do that on my job. You know what I'm saying?
No, you'll
If
be
I
fired.
if I did it on my job, I'll be
You'll
suspended.
be suspended.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
then you already know what's gonna happen after that because
Yeah.
at the end of the day,
Uh,
it's procedures involved. You get what I'm saying? Like you can't go on no job and just say what you want.
right.
I don't give a damn how you feel.
Right.
You better keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. These dudes got these platforms and they think they're making millions of dollars just because they're making millions of dollars. And you may be, the face of ESPN right now,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, you still got to watch your mouth because
Right.
you're still in the job setting. If that's something you may have said to a friend and y'all out for the weekend on how you feel and you
Right.
ain't at work, that's fine. But when you at work, you got conduct
Right.
to uphold. And
You know,
and
you know what changes that perspective though? When cats get a little bit, they think that they're bigger than what they are, or they're bigger than the network. It's the salary, man. You know,
yeah,
a cat feels I'm making X amount of dollars. I can say what I. That's where you would look at an ESPN or Fox Sports or whomever network, and everybody's replaceable, man. There's another Stephen A. Smith, that's not going to talk loud and scream and yell and talk big words. Somebody that's going to talk, and have a little bit of sympathy on what he's saying about these athletes, man. Being a former athlete, bro, I couldn't even imagine, playing in today's when you so heavily ridiculed. And what I mean by that is, when cats talk about, the mental part of the game, you got people that probably one either didn't play or two didn't go far when they played, is speaking highly or speaking down on these world class athletes
right,
that are like bona fide stars. Ain't nobody in the league bums. Ain't nobody
right. They
scrubs.
made it. They made it. They made it to the top. To the
How hard it
to
is
the
to
to the.
league? You know how hard it is to
Mm-hmm.
league on court,
Yep.
basketball. You know how hard it is to get there, and for
Yep.
you, for that person to get there, it's only a 1 or 2 percentile in the world that gets to that level, and you call him a scrub or a bum, or he can't be the face of baseball because he don't speak
You not
English.
speak English.
Man, but the dude can swing a bat and he can throw a ball. He's a world class athlete. Why can't he be the face? Why can't
Right.
he be the face? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm glad to be on, man, because I know you got a nice little platform, man, and I just want to get out there and put my spin on just what I've been seeing out there. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Kwame Brown, man, because he's shining the light on all this madness, bro. So he got everybody looking side eye at these cats, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if he wouldn't have went out and did what he did, I don't think this was a big deal. But now that everybody's paying attention, everybody's
Yep.
up, you can't do that, and nor should you have the right to do that, no matter what network you're on, no matter how much salary you making. It don't make it right for you to criticize a player of not being the face or can't be the face because this is America. He don't speak English, and that was the most racial comment
Right.
seen on
Right.
public
On
TV.
national TV.
That's no word.
Right.
that's no worse than all this other stuff that we're seeing, man. And so, just like I speak on the anti, black situation, I'm anti-racism. Period.
Right.
I record saying, dude, I have zero tolerance for anybody mistreated, because as a young black man in the corporate world, I know that you got to be on your p's and q's, bro, to get where you got to get. and and I think people forget where they come from, man, and what their struggles were when they get to that level, and don't empathize with people that is in a foreign country, don't speak the language, or in the league but not the top five player in the world, like all that kind of stuff, man. I think people forget about just the struggles that everybody have, man, to get to that level. So I'm glad he apologized, but next time think before you speak.
Right. And that goes to show you that, he didn't think before he spoke. But at the same time, that goes to show you that, dude, he can say anything without any repercussions, bro. All you had to do was apologize. That's it. You ain't get no docking. You ain't get you. I mean, they took Rachel Nichols' position from her from
Right.
working the finals this year for what
Right.
she said, and she got caught on a voice thing. I don't know how they did that, but whoever did it, they got it good
Right.
because that was crazy.
Right. Yeah, no,
She lost her whole spot at the finals for what she said.
there's a lot to that, man, and it's different rules for different people, man. And he's in that class of
Upper
different,
echelon.
because he's for sure. No one's going to take that away from him. He's a talented dude. He's a smart brother. He's very educated. He uses big to back him up and speak with the best of them, and I give him all that. But you know, for him to get a slap on the wrist is a problem that ESPN have. When you
Right.
sit down a female colleague for saying something out of pocket, and you slap him on the wrist for saying something out of pocket, that just goes to show you what ESPN is about. And
Mm.
I'm into my boy. Shout out to T Murph. We had a conversation about this, um, a couple days ago, and my take on the Rachel Nichols perspective was basically because I got three girls, and my thing is, I I'm raising them to get everything out of life that they possibly can get, because I know that it's set up for them to come in second, and for her to go after another female, privately or not, was out of bounds, because this is sisterhood, and even if it was a minority hire, or minority, or a move because of diversity, a diversity move, um, you shouldn't have a problem with that, because women is getting in power. As long as women is in power, then I feel that you should speak on another woman who's getting in power. My thing was, have the issue with ESPN. Why can't it be two women on the panel? Why does it have to be one? Why do you have two dominant women going after the same spot? Bump off one of them. Bump off Jay Will. Bump off Jalen Rose. One of them dudes off the show, and put two females on the show. And that's just my perspective coming from a girl. I'm a girl dad, so I'm just coming from. I want more
I
women.
know.
I want more women, and I don't care what women, and women of color, women of non-color. I just want to see more women in these positions that these men have held down, and is getting paid major bread for. And now Rachel Nichols can
Major
hang
move.
with the
And see,
best, Maria Taylor can hang with the best of them. So my thing wasn't about
yeah,
what she said. The fact that the names of a woman being a woman problem should have been ESPN. My thing, why can't it be both of them on the show as a co-host? So they put them in, ESPN put them in position to kind of battle each other out, and it's unfortunate.
and from what I was reading and what I was listening to, what Jamel Hill said was the fact that that's what they do. Like
Right,
they pin everybody against each other
right,
instead of making the proper moves that they need to make. So now you got two women who know they shit
right. Yeah, you know what
that
that
is
is?
bumping heads.
Yeah, that's you know what, I work with someone like that, man, who who competes people against each other versus making the team be the bigger picture. And when you
That's crazy.
have individuals competing against each other, it creates a cutthroat environment. So what you got on that level is dog eat dog. It's cutthroat, and as long as Maria Taylor was being suppressed and wasn't getting her shine, Rachel Nichols was cool with being the top dog female. But when the other female is becoming a top dog, oh, you can I don't have a problem with her getting her shine. Just get it from somewhere else. Which I respect that comment. I do respect that comment, and I mean it by don't take it from Rachel Nichols.
Me,
Take it from Jay Will. Take it from
yeah.
Jalen Rose. Take it from the other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that was her whole thing because it was what she talked about in her contract.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was what she had in her contract, and it was like, okay, she was like, all right, they're gonna play the diversity role and try
Right,
to give her what I, have put in my contract and what I work for.
right,
And but it's just and that's how they pin and that's how they pit them against each other, which I thought was very, very crazy because Maria Taylor has been doing the work and has been, she knows sports. She's been
right.
doing it for a very long time. She played basketball, and she'd be at the football game. We see her at the national championship games and all that stuff. She does everything. So for ESPN to do that, I think I talked about that on my last podcast was, man, I called it ESPN problems because problems for real, for real.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that, man. And so it's one of those things where, I think it backfired on Rachel Nichols because when she said a diversity hire or you want to push to the forefront because of your crappy diversity. I think when you do that, when you say that, I think you cross the line undermining her success and her grind to where she's at. And all that might have been the motive, but if that's how you're saying it, then you're not appreciating what she has done in her career to get to where she's at. And on top of that, bro, she looked real good at that desk. She's doing her thing. So not only there, she could hold her own with them cats in the two. So
Yeah,
I unfortunately, man, one had to be bumped. I wish we could see two women up there just for my personal liking because I want women, all women, man, that are get what they need to get from a career standpoint and also from a salary standpoint. That's really important. Like for me.
yeah. Yeah, because she's asking from what I was hearing, what I was reading was the fact that Maria Taylor asked for Stephen A. money.
Why not?
Why not? That's what I said.
Why not?
That's exactly what I said.
All
That's
she
exactly what I said.
got to do is talk loud and use big words. I mean, she know the
Yep.
game.
Yeah, she know the game very well, and she's multifaceted too because she's not just talking about basketball. She's on that sideline during college
Mm,
national championships during
yeah,
the college time, and when it comes to the football. So at the end of the day, she's a world athlete anyway.
yeah. She's
So I mean, like what else can you do? You got a triple threat on your hands, and I mean, if you look at it,
yeah. No, the talent is definitely there. There's no question about it, man. She got the background, she got the gift and the gab and the vocabulary to do it. Why not get paid? She
hmm
rightfully deserved, and I want to see it. I want her to set the you know pave the way for my daughters, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I want her to pave
yeah,
the way for the other little girls that are coming up and want to go into journalism and broadcasting and get paid, man. So trailblazer for me.
yeah.
I'm like I said, man. I'm all for women, man, getting it, get paper, get
hmm
being their own woman and being independent and getting what they rightfully deserve. It bothered me to see Rachel and Maria have to go against each other because the company did that,
Right,
rather than
right.
them have one. Hopefully, ESPN will get that. They fumbled the ball a little bit, trying to push one forward and drop the other, and that's not cool either.
Yeah, man, that's horrible. I
Yep.
mean, you know, I got another topic. Kwame Brown. So as of late, I know you've seen the issue. He put out there with Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes. Then he went at Stephen A. And
Yeah.
then he even was on. I seen him go
Yep.
against some dude named Hassan Campbell. He had him
Yep.
on his show, and dude had a freaking breakdown
Yeah,
on on YouTube, yo. He's a YouTuber too, and he had a whole breakdown
yeah,
because of, and I like Kwame because I mean, throughout his career, he was quiet. I think the only person you got the Wizard players who are backing him. Kobe even got up there and said, "Hey, don't." When he did an interview, he was like, "Hey, don't. That's my guy. Like, don't. We're not doing that. Because a lot of things that a lot of people don't understand is Kwame Brown was supposed to be traded
right.
when he was drafted. You know,
Yeah,
but the owner stopped it,
right,
which I know caused some confusion and some friction between Michael Jordan, uh, with him and Doug Collins and Kwame, because they was like, well, I mean, we don't want him. They were supposed to trade him for El Brand, but that didn't happen. And then now you got this young dude who's what, 17, 18 years old, straight out of high school, coming into the NBA. Michael comes out of retirement, and we all know Michael to be an asshole.
right,
And now you instead of mentoring him and helping him with his game, you kind of tore him down, which we all know what that is. We know what that look like, and we
right,
know how that can make you feel. I mean, mentally, physically, and emotional. Like
right,
it's a drainer, and I'm actually happy that he is coming out and speaking his truth, because for years everybody has bashed this man. And I don't understand how you can call somebody a bust who's been in the league for 12 years, 12, 13 years. Like, that's
right.
crazy to me.
Yeah, man. So again, I shout out to Kwame Brown, man. I'm gonna tell you this, and you said it a few minutes ago. Dude went to the league straight out of high school. It ain't too many cats coming out of the league, coming out of high school, going straight to the league, even back in those days. So if you coming out of high school, and I knew some high school cats that could ball, right? If you coming out of high school and you going straight to the league, there's no way you can be a bust for one. And you got a 13-year career, there's no way you can be a bust. So the whole tag of his game and he can't, like, dude, I'm a Laker fan, and Kwame as a Laker man, he has some plays. Oh, he had some plays, and what I'll say about the fact of, yeah, he sat on it 20 some years, however long it was, and he just let person after person after person just allow him to be the butt joke of the NBA, and didn't say anything, and that takes a lot of man and character,
Right.
and
Right.
a lot, and this is he was hearing this while he was in the league, you know. So for you to not say much, continue to try to grind, continue to try to do your thing, and you end up enduring a 13-year career on top of being called a bust, a scrub, or whatever, and especially when you hearing dudes talk about you that don't even have didn't even make it out of Winston-Salem State or whatever college he was in, Stephen A. Smith, who just, if you let him tell it, he's the greatest basketball player in the world. But here, folks that can't play, like I said, man, I balled, I play, I didn't get to the league, none of that. But still, when you hear someone else who cannot play, that's like you being an athlete and you got a dude talking about your game that work in the library.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Dude,
Right.
all he does is file books. You know what I'm saying? And he talking about how bad of a player you. You talk about me being a bad player. I mean, you're not even on the court. Like, you're not even on
At
the court.
all.
What gives you the right to talk about the game and when you can't even play? So he went through. He battled through it. He finished his career and he still waited to come out. And when he came out, goodness, when he came out, when he started firing shots, I loved it, bro, because
Yeah.
enough is enough. Enough is enough. You can only take that type of language and that ridicule for so long, and then you got to start punching the bullies in the face. You know,
Right.
and then you got to start coming out, and he was coming at him, dog. He was coming at him.
I I think I think what got me was the fact that I think what really did it for him was when Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes had Jenny Buss on all the
Yeah,
smoke,
right.
and Stevens Jackson tapped Matt Barnes on the leg and was like, he don't even matter. Like what, bro? Like somebody that wasn't drafted that you
Yeah,
came in co-signed
but you
and you
know
want
what?
to act like you got so much game, but
Right.
what?
You know what? Kwame shined the light on all that, man. And you go, he called him the get along gang. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What it is, cats, and it's just cats being bullies, bro. That's what it is. You got to run with a certain group of people to feel like you accept it, even when your game ain't there. Like I'm not gonna criticize Stack or criticize Matt because they play in the league. Like I can't. I'm not the one to say, oh, they can't. But if I'm comparing to other stars in the league, I can say, oh, well, you didn't live up to X or you didn't live up to Y. But it's supposed to be a fraternity, man. And when it's a fraternity and it's a brotherhood and everybody in the league, it's a special group of people. It's a special class of people. You're not supposed to like badmouth your brother in your brotherhood. That's
Right.
that's where
Right.
it crosses the line. Like I got a crew. I got a crew of friends, man, that I've been knowing for 20, 25 years, man. And no matter if I see them every day or I see them once a year, when we hook up, it's all love.
Yep.
All love. That's the brotherhood, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the league and you one of, you're part of the 1 percentile. Man, that's a brotherhood, man. That's why I felt that Kwame felt that
The
he was
trade.
afraid because you're really not supposed to talk about your brother like that. You're supposed to lift your brother up and encourage him, especially when you're trying to make him the butt of the joke
Right.
and you're trying to puff your chest out like you did something, which you know I don't know. Yeah, you made the league. He made the league too. So, but no, I'm glad, man. He came out firing shots, and punching cats in the mouth because sometimes you got to do the bully like that.
Yeah, you do. Because it was a straight it's been bullying for the last 15, 20 years since he been in the league it's been bullying.
Yeah,
And I bet you none of them want to see him with them hands though. So I mean, that's my thing. Like,
Kwame's a,
don't none of them want to see him with the hands.
Kwame's a big boy, man. But he say trampoline, bro. I think he'd do it.
Right, right. And that was my biggest thing. It really irked me that they, like you down talk to me. Oh no, Stephen A. Okay, he been doing it since he came into the league. That was a narrative that
Hey,
Stephen A. pushed his whole career. I think it kind of blew him up.
right, man.
You know,
That's the same thing with Skip. Skip's claim to fame. His fame came in bashing LeBron. So
right.
that's what
Another high school player.
that's what
Another high school player. You
they
get what I'm
they
saying? Another cat that came out of high school,
yeah they latch
and
on
it's crazy.
they latch on to these athletes and they just bash them and bash them and bash them. And they know that they're talking foolish, but they know if I talk loud enough and I talk foolish enough, people are going to tune in. And you know what? We do. We tune in, and then we can't believe we tuned in. So hey, you know what I'm saying? So it's working. It works.
Yeah, that it's crazy because that's why I'm glad Dame called Skip out when Dame did it because he tried to say something about Dame and Dame was like, nah, that's not how that went. That's not how that went. You called me
Oh yeah,
and this is how it went. Like
yeah,
you getting up there, you're lying. Like, and that's the crazy thing. Like these people are willing to catch a beat down
right.
because that's what it would be if you see them face to face because the disrespect has already happened.
Yeah, what trips me out, man, when I listen to these dudes, and one minute, they'll say, Kyrie need to retire. He's, his mind, and then the next day, oh, he's the greatest player in the world. Kevin Durant, he's soft. He shouldn't have went to Golden State. Next day, he's the greatest player in the world. Kawhi Leonard. Oh, he's the greatest player in the world. Oh, Kawhi Leonard don't. He too many injuries. He needs to be traded. Like, dude, that's why I know athletes, man. These top athletes, all these athletes, man, that's in the league, man. If their mental is stronger than you think. Because if they have weak mentals, man, and they listen to that foolishness that's being spewed over these talk shows, man, it would drive them dudes off the cliff, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
every day, like 1 minute is this, next minute is that. Like I shout out to all the cats, man, that's in the league because most dudes ain't built like that. And that's a different class of people, man, and they're built different, and that's why they're in the league. And then you got cats like that, these dudes that's on TV, man, that just ripping them apart. They have one bad game, and then next time they the greatest. So hey, it's all good.
Right. Right. I think when it comes to Skip and Stephen A, that, half the time they just talking foolishness. I mean, especially Skip. Skip and LeBron, like that run me up the wall. Some of the stuff he be saying just run me up
I
the wall.
know.
I'm like, dude, like how can you
I know.
sit across from Shannon?
LeBron, all right, I know that drives you up the wall to hear Skip going in on Brian like that, man. But I know Brian's your dude. So
Man, it runs me up the wall for sure. Cause I'm like, bro, like how do you come up with this stuff? Where do you come
hey,
up with this stuff at? Like,
it, dude, Brian game speaks for itself. So fine.
right, 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 right. It's
Yeah.
crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, what else I was gonna say? So who do you think is gonna win the finals?
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, Game 4 is big, bro. And what I if I'm pulling for CP3, man. Shout out to CP3, man. He's the dude's CP3 is he's just hey he's an assassin on that court, man. And I'm pulling for that dude because I want to see him get that ring. I want to see him do it on his own. Without joining a super team. I think Phoenix is geared up to win it. But I will tell you, if this series is tied 2-2, I do believe Milwaukee can get one in Phoenix.
You want to know something?
I do believe they can get one in Phoenix.
Middleton and Holiday do not play well on the road.
No, you know what? Let me just say this, man.
They've been very inconsistent.
Yeah. So I think I'm pulling for Phoenix. I think Phoenix gonna win. Um, I'm just worried that they're gonna tighten up if this series get 2-2. They need a
Mm,
cushion. They need a cushion to
mm.
break. I think Booker has, with his Game 3 performance of having 10 points, and that's saying he's the next Kobe Bryant, which I think is just crazy. I like to see these young dudes uh, find their own niche, but to be labeled next Kobe Bryant, man, you got to come to Game 4 and do some Kobe Bryant things. You know what I'm talking about? Like you got to do
Right,
Kobe Bryant things.
right,
You know, if you want to be legendary, you got to come off that 10-point game and you got to give me 40 on the road.
right,
The road.
right,
You know what I mean?
right.
So to me, that's Kobe like. You know, that's Kobe like because on the road, Kobe, Kobe.
I don't remember Kobe having 10 points at all.
No,
I don't.
but that,
I
that
don't.
that's what I'm saying about cats at the best. Because Book got game, Book got game, and when you start to crown these dudes the next, don't let's not crown them the next. Let's crown
No.
great Book.
Yes.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And great Zion, great back. But we wanna compare everything, and I think when we do that, it puts it gives them that pressure, bro. And I don't. to me, I'm not a fan of that. But I think Phoenix to get it done. I'm pulling for CP3, man. Because I want to see all them cats get one. I want to see CP3 get one. I want Melo to get one. D Wade got his. Brian got his. So I just want to see them cats that for that's been top players really get there. So I'm pulling, even though
Yeah.
even though they beat my Lakers, you know what I'm saying? Even though they beat.
I knew. Seeing it's crazy because after
Oh,
they beat the
lose to the champ, you know.
right, right. I said after they beat the Lakers, I said, "Oh, here we go," because
Hey, I guarantee you this.
the general that CP. I mean, we know, due to injuries.
I tell you this, we running back injury free. We
Oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like they're not beating the Lakers in 7 games, and no, that's not happening. And that's the thing about it. Like this year, they had a healthy team. I mean, the only person that was kind of banged up was CP3, but he was just banged up.
I'll tell you
And he's a leader. Like that dude is. That's the reason why they call him the point guard because he can lead a team.
yeah,
Like you see what he did in OKC last year.
CP3 is a bona fide star, man. He's a bona fide Hall of Famer, no question about it. Dude, take any franchise to the next level. Monty Williams is a great coach. They play good D. They can get it done. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm super impressed with Giannis, man.
Yeah,
I'm super like Giannis with that knee and coming missing and coming back and balling like that. Like just they let him go for 48 games. So it's turning out to be a really good series. I hope it goes seven because I love basketball seven and I'm pulling for Phoenix.
yeah. I think Phoenix gonna take it in 6. Because Middleton and Holiday, putting up 20 shots and only giving you 11 and 10
Yeah,
on the road. And I don't think you can't be that inconsistent and win the finals like that. Like
right,
that's not gonna happen.
right.
Um, you know. So I got Phoenix in 6. I mean, I would love to see Giannis win the ring,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah,
Not get his in a little bit. I need to get his. He would have.
yeah,
CP3 would have had about 3 or 4 of them if he would have linked up with Cole. But
right, right, yeah. That was the talk too
four,
because he was supposed to been a Laker,
he would have had at least 3 by now. So, but yeah, I
right?
hope he. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Shoot you a question. Top 5 rapper dead or alive.
Top 5 rapper, dead or alive? Oh my goodness, man. I like. I'm Jay Z, but he in my top 5, but he ain't my number one. My number one is Pac. West always big. Number 3 would be Jay Z. Number four would be uh, number 4. God, I'm struggling. Probably Nas, and number 5, KRS One. I put KRS One number 4, Nas number 5.
Hmm. You the first West Coast dude I've ever heard somebody say KRS-One.
Oh my goodness, KRS One, man. I,
Hmm.
I grew up on KRS, even though I'm a West Coast cat, man. KRS
Yeah.
One, man. The man, the bridge is over the Bronx. I mean, like South Bronx, like man, like boy, yeah.
I didn't hear Ice Cube. I didn't hear Snoop Dogg. I didn't. I mean,
Because like I'm talking lyrics, dude.
oh, okay. You talking lyrically? Okay.
I'm a West Coast dude, but I like to hear they can rhyme. Not saying they can't rhyme, but KRS One, man,
Different.
he's that dude can get down, man.
Yeah.
And Jay, Pac just got that grind, that grit. Big as a lyricist, you know. Uh, so yeah, that's my top 5, man. And then when it comes to just, if I was rounding it out, Sprinkles about to come on. If I was rounding it out, yeah, I'll have Cube and Snoop, And then I'm gonna tell you my number one album. My number one album is Chronic.
Okay.
My number one album is Chronic, and then Doggy Style,
Okay.
you know, and then Me Against the World with Pac. Like those
Okay.
albums,
Those are classic albums.
I got him in. I got him in the rotation today.
Yeah, yeah. I got a whole West Coast playlist. And people like, huh?
So
Lola be in the car talking about, Daddy, who's this?
yeah,
like,
I mean, I still go when I and I gotta have Jay or I gotta go to the blueprint.
the Blueprint. Yeah, yeah. I got everything downloaded to Apple Music. My top five. eh, they are alive. I'm more of you got to be saying something. Like you got to have some type of something to your records. Like you can't be out just saying anything because I'm not listening to that. So
Right.
mine is I like so right now today, um, I got Kendrick number one,
Okay.
J Cole number two.
Okay.
I got who's number
Talking
three?
talking of all time, or just I just
I'm
five.
just talking about. I'm talking about my top five, not all time. I mean,
Okay.
all time. If I'm going all time,
Yeah, I want to
I'm
hear your.
going. I'm going. Okay,
Hey,
all time. I'm,
you
I'm
can't
going.
you can't give me
I'm
all and you go rap top five today. I want
okay.
all
All
five.
time. So my all time is I got Jay-Z. I got Nas. I got Big and Pop as three.
Oh, you got them locked up at three. You
I
got
got them locked up at three.
Jay your number one
Jay number one.
and
I
Nas your
got
number two.
Nas number two. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Now then I have Kendrick four,
Okay.
J. Cole five.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, you got to go back and research which one, dog.
Oh no. I like KR. KRS One is
About
yeah,
rhyming,
he's it. He you
he's a
know.
rhyming dog. Dude. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, I got to give it up.
Yeah, he's legit. I would throw LL Cool J in there too because LL Cool J can
Yeah,
spit. He can rhyme,
yeah, yeah.
you know. A lot of
Yeah, it's,
people, see LL for his ladies records, but LL actually can get down.
hey, so since we're talking top five, who's your top five basketball players all time?
All
I,
time basketball.
I, I would never rank. So since we ranking, let's go ahead and rank.
All right, rank top five basketball players.
Yeah.
All right. Of course, everybody know who number one is. Uh, I got Brown one.
Ooh,
I got Magic two.
round number one.
I got Brown one, Magic two,
Oh my goodness, really?
um, MJ three,
Yeah.
um, Kareem four,
Yeah.
and I have hmm Kareem number four. I got Bill Russell five.
Wow, no Shaq, huh? Wow.
You know
Uh,
what? I forgot about Shaq. I
yeah.
forgot. I
I,
forgot about Shaq, and Shaq
we,
is the reason. I
we,
and that was my bad. That was my bad because I'm going in my head of statistics
yeah.
and yeah. So yeah, I could throw Shaq. I could throw Shaq in there at my
Yeah.
number five. I could throw Kobe at my number five.
Yeah. My
And
number.
I think a lot of people don't give Kobe his credit and because of the comparison with Jordan. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, he tatted his game after somebody, but
He
Kobe is still the top. Kobe's in the
tatted,
top five. Kobe's still the
tatted,
top five.
he tatted his game after the best, though. You know,
Right,
if you're gonna tailor your game after somebody, you might as well tailor your game after the best cat in the game.
right.
My top five. Um, my number one is MJ, Michael Jordan. Number two is Cole. Number three is Bron. Uh, number four is Duncan. Number five, Shaq.
Mm. Duncan. See, you can't go
And what
wrong. Like that's
but you can't. But what I try to do is like who can play. Cole can lock up the point. He can defend the point. Bron can run the point on the offense and play the three. MJ gonna play the two. Duncan gonna play the five. Like that five, I don't think nobody can touch that five. And that,
nah.
because man, I mean, Bron, Shaq, Cole, Duncan. How many rings is that, by the way? Man, that's 4. Cole got 5. That's 9. Shaq got 5. I mean, Shaq got 4.
LeBron got 4.
That's 13.
Duncan got 5.
That's 19. I mean, that's like 20 something. That's 24. That's definitely the best.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I gotta have Jordan #1, man. And here's the thing with the Cole comparison between Jordan, Kobe, and Bron. Like Bron game is totally different from MJ and Kobe. Kobe and MJ game is a fitting image. And I talked about this last night. From the mannerisms on the court to the moves to the mentality, right? Bron, hold on. My bad. Bron game is
Sorry.
Bron is a facilitator, man. So I, if I'm ranking MJ #1, and you got the second, that you got a dude that really his game is very similar to the #1 cat, then he got to be my #1
So you
pick.
got 2 of them on the court. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got 2 of them on the court,
I, I got two
which is
assassins.
crazy.
I got two assassins, and I
Right.
got a cat that's going to distribute. I got one cat,
Yep.
2 assassins, 1 distributor, 1 dude that got so many post moves on the block. Tim Duncan, you can't. That dude is the big Aristotle or the big fundamental, whatever Shaq calls him. And then you got the most dominant player in the game.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think Bron will be happy with
Yeah, that's crazy.
putting up 15 and 18 assists.
10 assists. You're right.
So yeah.
Right. So since we going NBA, we might as well go NFL. All right. Top 5 NFL.
Man, that's hard, man.
Yeah, it is.
Top 5 NFL. Ooh. It's hard because of the different positions, right? So if I can't say I am the fantasy football champ, so
Oh. Oh.
this shirt does a lot,
Mm.
for what I'm if I'm drafting fantasy, okay, let me just say this: if I'm drafting fantasy, because fantasy, I don't know if you play, but fantasy is big. I'm taking Derrick Henry.
Taking who?
Derrick
Derrick
Henry
Henry?
from Tennessee.
Tennessee?
And that's my running back right now on my squad. I'm just saying, but he's not my #1 player. But the dude put up tons of.
Oh. Oh,
If,
yeah. Yeah.
if I'm ranking top 5 players, see, it's hard in the NFL because you got quarterbacks, running backs, and that's hard for me. I'm not sure how to answer that one. I mean, you got Brady who got 7.
Mm. Okay. Hmm.
You know,
So who would be your running back?
I would I would roll with Derrick Henry.
Okay. Who would be
Yeah.
your top wide receiver?
Okay, my top wide receiver would probably be Devontae Adams. Probably
Mm.
Devontae.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
What about your corner?
Man, it's not a lot of these corners in the league today, man, are not like what I'm used to. So, um, yeah, I don't know corners out there. in today's game. It's just too much scheming. I know I'm probably gonna upset some cats, but um, Jalen Ramsey probably one that comes to my mind. I like his
Okay.
I like his grit. You know, he ain't afraid. He ain't afraid to
Nope.
get he ain't afraid to get beat. And he's a big body. He's a big body.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say Jalen Ramsey,
Okay.
corner.
Okay. So what about your outside? Your outside and your middle.
My
Outside linebacker, middle linebacker.
outside linebacker. Depending on what scheme we're running, if we got my outside backers as edge rushers, Von Miller, Khalil Mack. Um, my middle linebackers. Um, the cat just retired, man. I really like Luke Kuechly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I
Carolina.
know, yeah, I know he just hung him up, but he was one of those side to side type of linebackers that I kind of respected that can play.
Mm.
Um, I like the cat from Pittsburgh.
Talking about AJ Watt. Talking about
No,
Watt brother
no. I'm talking about linebacker.
linebacker.
Think of his name right now. I like the cat from Pittsburgh. He's a backer. Play,
Yeah, he's a
uh, yeah,
young dude.
young dude.
I think I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
He went to my church. I think I
and
know
the
you're talking about.
cat from Tampa. I can't think of their names, but yeah, that's
Okay.
go with that. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, he went to the young dude. He went to uh UNC Charlotte.
yeah,
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
right.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think quarterback. I mean that's spoken. I mean, Tom Brady for sure. But you can go. I either go Tom or Aaron Rodgers, one or the other.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you, man. Tom Brady that dude just man, he just balls. I can't take nobody over him. I think he's the greatest back of all.
Quarterback of all time. Yeah, you can't take it away. You can't. You can't because everybody counted him out, and everybody thought it was the scheme of what Bill Belichick was doing.
He's a smart dude, man. I like Tom's fire too, man, and he just wins. He just wins, like and he wins without having this. Tampa Bay was his best team, talent wise.
Right.
You know,
Right.
that was his best team.
Ever. Yeah.
I think all around, like he had Randy Moss and Hernandez.
Wes Welker and
Yeah, he had some of them cats, but you know that squad didn't win one when he had Randy.
nope.
But that talent squad, man, they got talent.
Everybody. And they
Yeah,
all coming back next year.
everybody came back, so it'll be interesting to see what they. But yeah, I gotta say, Tom. As you know, much as I don't like Tom, as far as being a Raider fan,
I don't
man,
like him either, being a Bronco fan.
he brings back some hard memories with that tuck rule. But yeah, man,
Right. Right.
give it up to him. Yeah,
Yeah, he the one who started that shit.
yeah. Tom Brady, we call it over here out there. Yeah,
Yeah, it was wild. It was very wild. I
yeah.
think for me, I mean, running back. If I'm talking running back, I'm going with Derrick Henry is really good. I'm going with Alvin Kamara
Yeah,
out of Saints.
yeah, he's nice, man. I just my thing with Eric Henry is the dude. He's just. I mean,
He's a monster.
I watched him play in high school, man, and I was like, I remember calling one of my buddies and was like, dude, are you watching this high school game in a week? Like this kid is like
Bigger than everybody.
great, towering over everybody,
Everybody.
and
Mhm.
nobody touch him. Nobody wants to tackle him. He's just a freak of nature, man. So, um, yeah, he's my number one back in the league, and
Mm.
he can outrun you and he can run you over. Then,
Right. Right. That is I mean, we'll see in a couple of years with his body, what happens with his body with taking all that pounding.
yeah, it's a vicious game, man.
Very vicious. Very, very vicious. I think wide receiver wise for me, it would have to be um Hmm. I'm going with D Hop.
Yeah. Okay.
D Hop. I'm going with D Hop. The
Yeah,
reason
he
why I'm
might.
going with D Hop is because, I mean, he had the shitty quarterbacks in Houston before Watson got there,
Yeah.
and the numbers he put up with Watson,
Yeah.
and he catches damn near everything. He catches everything.
Yeah. He nice. D Hop. D Hop. Yeah. Yeah. D Hop is nice. I like Devontae Adams, but yeah, D Hop is nice. Yeah. He nice.
We're gonna see what they're gonna do this year. As
Yeah.
far as corner, I'm gonna have to say I'm have to say Howard from Miami.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want to see. I would like to see if he can repeat the year he had last year.
Mm.
So I, we'll see how that. We'll see how that goes.
I mean, I think their defense has always been, you know, average,
Yeah.
good average. It's
Right.
the offense.
Right.
We'll see. I mean, I'm familiar. I want to see what Tennessee do because they just got
Oh,
what's the name from Atlanta,
yeah, Julio.
Julio. Oh
Yeah.
my God, and they got AJ Green. Who they
They
got
got.
AJ Green.
Oh, they got not AJ Green. They got the other cat. Um, I can't think right now. But yeah,
It's the other wide receiver.
they got talent, man. I mean, you know what? And my boy over there, man, Jeremy McNichols. Shout out to Jeremy too. He's the third down back over there, and that boy got game. That boy got game. AJ Brown is who they got.
AJ Brown. Yes, AJ Brown is who they have.
Yeah, AJ
Yes,
Brown.
that is going to be.
Yeah,
Mm.
they got power, and they got a nice defense. So and they make some noise in the playoffs. I got a buddy that's coaching over there too, man. Terrell Williams, Coach Williams, is the D line coach over there. So that's a cat that I grew up with, um, and he's a great coach too. Great coach. Get the
Yeah,
boys.
they gonna be right. I think for me, when you talk about the line, the defensive line outside, I mean, the D tackle, I'm going with Von Miller. I mean, I'm very. Uh, I mean, he got injured last year, but I want to see what he gonna do coming out this year.
Von,
Um, being on
Von,
that edge,
real deal, man.
being on that edge.
Yeah, he's fast. He's physical. Yeah, he's a nightmare.
As far as middle and outside, yeah, I have to go with Khalil Mack. I have to definitely go with Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack, I don't see how y'all got rid of him. I don't understand that. I didn't understand that at all. Gruden, that was a slap in the face.
We got to talk about that, man. We move on. We're not.
Oh my God. Hey, I'd have been pissed off too. Hey,
Yeah.
I would have felt the same way. If
Hey,
Von Miller would have got traded, I would have felt some type of way
hey,
because I'm
he's listen.
glad John Elway took a step back. Yo, like, yeah, go sit down somewhere, yo. Because you messing up our team, drafting all these damn quarterbacks, and ain't none of these niggas can play.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I'm tired of seeing all these quarterbacks, yo.
Yeah. No, we got a lot of work to do, man, over there in the Silver and Black. But hey, the offense wasn't the issue. It's just we couldn't stop nobody. So we'll see if Gus Bradley can tighten up his defense and get us right.
It sound like the Cowboys in their secondary, and
Yeah.
they said, like that's what that is. I
Right.
think once you can get somebody in there who can do the job and have the respect of others of
Yeah.
the defense, they believe because you got to be able to believe that you can you
Absolutely.
know do that because ain't nobody gonna buy into your system if you don't buy into your own system.
Right.
And
Right.
that's just what it is. Like you can't just be out there saying stuff like, "Nah, people gonna challenge you. These dudes are gonna challenge you because they've been doing it for
It's
years."
yeah. It's a really about taking players and practice plays, man. It's all about scheme. I debate this with my friends all the time. And we have free agency and we got players that come from different teams. And on one team, he's like a star and he's balling. Another team, he gets to that 10
Average as hell.
but he's
Average.
a player, man, and it's
And
all
schemes.
like I look at Corey game to the very from baller man. If he come on scheme that got him playing out of position and lost, so it's about having the right defensive coordinator, having the right. I'm hoping that Gus Bradley can make this happen for us, man, and we can break silver and black can wreak some havoc this year in that new stadium. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it is about scheming, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like you have these, like you said, you have these superstar players that get into these other systems,
Yeah.
and they you be like, "What the hell? Where they at? What they doing? Getting beat? It's the system. It's the system. You got, and everybody's not privy to, you know, moving around, and things like that. You know, and you got some wanderers, like you got some corners who can wander around. You got some who play in man,
Right.
and then playing in man is completely different than a wanderer.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like you couldn't put Revis. You know, he's a corner. He's a man-to-man corner. Like you can't have him. Couldn't have him flying around.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's all about scheme, and that's where you got to make sure you have the right concept of plan to be able to maximize your talent. Because if you don't, you're gonna struggle. So, yeah, for sure.
Well, yep. Yeah, man.
Yes,
But
sir.
I know it's been an hour. You know, I'm glad you was able to come on today.
Hey, I appreciate you. I gotta come on again, man. I gotta.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I gotta have you invite some of my fellas, man, to the podcast.
Oh yeah, they more than welcome to come on. I just send them the link and they can just come on. You know.
Yeah, next time I get on, I'm gonna have my boys get on, man. And we're gonna have
Okay. Definitely. I send them a link. I appreciate you, Unc.
All right, man. All right, nephew. I'll let you boy, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, bro.
So just let me know when. All right. Later.
All right.
Later.
G's moving silence, never brag or boast. They been fucking with the gang since they got a dose. Took a while to get here, but fuck it, now let's
All
talk.
of my dogs be whipping our stars, we came from the dirt, yeah. We making it work, yeah. They told us we can, yeah. Yeah, all of my dogs, they get money fast. They making it fast, yeah. They spending it fast, yeah. We driving too fast, yeah. Now we eating, now we bossing up, yeah. Yeah, we bossing up. When the car's starting up,